My name is Belinda Wasser, also known as RocketGirl, and today we're going to talk about organization, your friend and mine. When you're a virtual assistant, it is really critical that you are organized. And today we're going to talk specifically about how to organize yourself and your digital files. Let's just step through it. Okay, so over on the right, you'll see there is a file structure, and I want to talk about that. This is in Dropbox. Dropbox is what I use and what I recommend to use to keep your files organized. Instead of using I believe it's called on the Mac, the Finder, or my documents in Windows, I have a Dropbox folder that is created by downloading the Dropbox app onto my computer, and that's where I keep all of my files. So let's talk about, Andrea's here. Hi, Andrea. Let's talk about some steps, okay? So you want to have one folder where you keep all your client work. Now, we're going to have subfolders as well, which I'm going to show you. But what I want you to understand is that, so here's the top level of Dropbox. Here's the client folder. Now I have other folders at this same level of the hierarchy of the folders. I have one personal, I have one RocketGirl, and that's where I keep all that information. So it's important to do that. But today we're going to just focus specifically on client data. All right. So have one called clients, and then create a subfolder, and the folder is named the name of the client. So here you say Mary Smith, and you could have John Doe, whatever their names are. So don't get fancy and have some of them be, the client company or a project. Just keep it all one folder for each client. Simple. Then after that, what you're going to do is you're going to create subfolders under that. So you'll notice here, Mary Smith, and then you see headshots, images, logos, newsletter drafts. So you want to organize it underneath as well, and create folders and file names that are meaningful. For example, if you look here, see under presentations for Mary Smith, it says August 12th, 2017, whatever the name of the client was, presentation. And you want to do this for a couple of reasons. One is clients come back to me all the time and say, I need to make a presentation. Can we start with the one we finished with last time? I wonder where that is. Well, I know exactly where that is. And if for some reason it was misfiled, if she tells me the name of the client or the name or the month or whatever, I can just type that into search right in Dropbox, and I can find that file almost every single time. So that's why you want to have meaningful file names. Okay, you also want to create an archive for past clients. So if you'll notice down here where it says Z archive, let me explain how that works. My file folders for my clients are their names, and they're organized by the alphabet. They're alphabetized. If I have a folder that I name Z period archive, what that's going to do, the Z is going to force it all the way down to the bottom. You can also do this with numbers to bring folders to the top. Like if you have a folder you want to be at the very top of your client folder because you use it all the time, you can name it 1 period and the client name. So those are some little tricks. Now the reason you want to keep an archive is clients come back. There have been clients that I've worked with for years, and I was a very integral part of their business, and then something changed. They went, they took a job for a while, or they're working on a different project, or they didn't need me anymore for a while, and then they come back full force. And so I don't want to be tripping over their folder all the time, which is why I then drag it to the Z archive so that I have all the data and I'm not tripping over it all the time. So that's important too. Okay, here's a big one. In order to be organized, you're going to want to download the attachments, the ones that you need to keep from your email. Keep in mind that your email inbox is not a storage cabinet. This is your storage cabinet. Dropbox is your storage cabinet. So make sure if you need the documents that you download them so you're not searching in your inbox when you need them. This is a huge efficiency. It's a waste of time to do that. So be careful about that. All right, let's talk about what to do if your hard drive is a total mess. Okay, so the first thing that I would do is I would create this clients folder. And if you have, the name of your business where you keep your information and maybe a personal folder. And then what I would do is in your clients folder, I would create a folder for each client. And then I would drag their files, all of them, right into their folder. Now, that's not the ideal situation because you want to organize them in subfolders, but that'll at least get you started. And then as you use the information in the folders, depending on how many clients you have, you can then organize it as you go. If it's a big mess, don't strive for perfection. Just try to get to the next level, which is to have different folders for different clients. And if you're missing something that didn't get dragged in, you're really in no worse shape than you were before when it was just a big giant, jumble of files. So you can use your old systems, to go and find the files that you can't find. It's really important to do this and to be thoughtful about it. It helps you be more efficient. It helps you be more effective. And frankly, when you can find something that a client is referring to, it impresses them. And so that's why this is really important. All right, so before we go today, I just want to let you know about my free online classroom. It's called the Virtual Assistant Connection, and you can find it by going to Facebook and typing the Virtual Assistant Connection right in the search bar. Click the join button. There's 3 quick questions to answer so that I can get to know you better, and we'd love to welcome you into the group. Right now, we have about 5,500 virtual assistants or people who are thinking about joining us in the group. I've been a VA for 9 years, and there are people who are just thinking about it. So it looks like we have a question that I'm just going to add here. Let's see. I hopped on late, so maybe I missed this, but is Dropbox your preferred storage site for any particular reason? I tend to like Google Drive much more, but would love to hear your thoughts on the difference. Absolutely. So the difference for me is that I like to work in Word and Excel and a lot of the Microsoft products. And in order for me to do that, I would need to download it from Drive and then upload it again. I do work a lot in Google Docs with the native apps, Sheets particularly. I track a lot of data, so I use Google Docs for that. For my clients, because of the work that we're doing, it's mostly PowerPoint presentations or things in the Microsoft suite. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, well, join me on Facebook. I'd love to see you over there. If you have any other questions, this will be posted there and you can add them to the comments, and I will circle back around if you tag me and be happy to answer your questions. So until next time, I'm Belinda Wasser, Rocket Girl, signing off. Bye-bye.